Well, San Antonio area students are learning that science, technology, engineering, and math can be a lot of fun. 4,000 middle school students came together for the Hispanic Chamber's 9th annual Core for STEM event.
And Eyewitness News reporter Jeremy Baker was there and shows us exactly what he found.
I got ketchup!
It is so fun to see the look on the kids' faces when they come to the Whataburger booth.
The reason they're so excited?
Dang it!
So cool, this is robot soccer, and this remote control controls the color, the speed, and in what direction these spheros are going.
I think it's really great to get students involved in doing hands-on activities to get them interested into different STEM activities.
Whataburger says behind everything in life there are STEM skills, whether that be while playing games, building a car, or even making a burger.
They're building a burger, but they're using their problem solving, their engineering, their IT skills.
Toyota was another big presenter at today's interactive science and math related event, showing the inner workings of a hybrid car, a virtual paint sprayer, and simulators of the work they do at the plant.
Are you even old enough to drive?
No.
But to really connect with these 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, they brought out the big guns. That's right, Fortnite.
Not every student is made to sit in a chair and read from a textbook.
If you want to race, you have to do the Fortnite dance.
You want them to walk out if you're remembering some of the things that they've been exposed to.
This is the control panel for the racetrack. It was put together with applications that they actually have at the plant.
We need to really change the way we're doing things in the classroom and giving them more opportunities to have the hands-on application piece.
Lots of hands-on fun here and young minds with their eyes on the future.
Fun, interesting, new things to learn.
It's really innovative. It gives you time to think.
Jeremy Baker, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.